Hello! I found an easy and inexpensive way to turn my bath time into a temporary oasis. With bath salts and salt scrubs I make using my Young Living essential oils and these really simple ingredients. I have Epsom salt, I have Kosher salt, and I have baking soda. And then later on, to make the salt scrub, we just add a little bit of coconut oil to the same ingredients. So it's a really fun base. Once we have the simple ratio down, you can make your own recipes using different oils. And if you've ever tried to play with essential oils, you know that there's an infinite combinations of oils out there, and you can suit your own preference and those of your friends. Because the fun part about this is once you start making these, you'll figure out how easy they are, and you'll have really easy gifts that friends can really appreciate. So let me show you how I get started. In this bowl, I have 2 cups of Epsom salt. So you just need 2 parts of Epsom salt. And then you have 2 parts of the Kosher salt. So I'm just going to add 2 parts of the Kosher salt right to my big bowl. If you want to make more, you can double it because it's just a ratio. So 2 parts of this salt plus 2 parts of this salt. And I'm going to stir that around. The salt, both of the salts, have minerals in them. So they are easily absorbed into the skin. So on their own, Epsom salt in a bath is amazing. They help relieve muscle soreness and tension, so it's amazing on their own. So when you add, the power of essential oils, you can just up that. And then we add just 1 part of the baking soda. And the idea of the baking soda is it helps to integrate the essential oils into the mixture, so it prevents skin irritation. Because as you know, essential oils are super potent. And if you were just to add the essential oils directly to your bath water, one, they wouldn't mix very well with the water, being oil and such, and they would probably just stay on top, which really wouldn't be all that therapeutic. But in addition to that, they're really potent, and they could very potentially cause some skin irritation. So we want all of your experiences with essential oils to be positive. So we want to definitely avoid that. So whenever you're using essential oils, make sure you're being safe and that you're diluting them. Today I'd like to show you a couple of my favorite recipes. I certainly don't want to make just one recipe out of this huge 5-cup mixture, so I'm just going to take a smaller bowl, and I think this will probably fit about a cup's worth. So I'm going to scoop a cup out of here a minute, put that in there, just get this out of the way, and I think I'm calling this one my sore muscle soak. And so the 3 oils I've chosen for it, I'm using some marjoram, and marjoram is known for its calming and warming effects. It's known to soothe and sore muscles and joints. So I'm going to add about 10 drops of marjoram to this. So I'm just going to be patient with me here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And then we also have Copaiba. Copaiba is known to provide relief from minor discomforts, and it also supports the body's natural response to irritation and injury. So I'm going to add about 10 drops of that one as well. Now when it comes to these recipes, you don't have to worry about being super specific. We're not baking, right? And so if you want more or less of the oils, you can add more or less of the oils depending on your personal preference. Your body's going to react differently to the oils because of your own specific needs, right? So there we have Copaiba. And then also we have the rosemary. And the rosemary is another relaxing oil. It's known for relaxing occasional muscle spasms even. And so it's really helpful. It has a really great smell. And so I'm just adding 10 drops of that one as well. Well, about 10 drops because I've been talking, so. Oh, that smells wonderful. Alright, so I have that. I'm just going to take a spoon. Now you'll notice that I'm using glass bowls instead of plastic. Oils, like I said, are very potent, and a lot of them have been known, to leach the plastics and stuff out of the chemicals out of the plastics. And so you definitely want to avoid any of that kind of contamination. And so if you notice, I'm just quickly stirring this around. It's not getting soaking wet or anything, but it's definitely making more of a mixture. And you can, oh, I wish you could smell this. It's amazing. If you think it's too strong, then you could add some more of our base here. If you think it's not strong enough, you could always add some more of the oils. If you've had a lot of, if you want to be more relaxed, you can add more warming, you can add more of the marjoram. And then you can just simply get the lid off and then spoon that right on in there. Making a mess. You don't want to lose any of this. Now what I do when I actually use this is I just keep this in my medicine cabinet, or I give it to friends. But if I keep it for myself, I just keep it in my medicine cabinet. And depending on what mood I'm in, I just throw a couple of tablespoons into the bath water, or depending on how sore my muscles are, dump as much in there as I want until I feel that I have a sufficient amount. So once again, it's not really rocket science, you know, so I mean, I would suggest that you feel free to play with it and have fun with your oils. So that's the sore muscle soak. I think you get the basic premise. That's the whole idea today, is just to show you that once you get the basic ratio down, you can make a bunch of different ones. So if I wanted to make another recipe, I'm calling this one my tub of tranquility. I take another cup, and this one I would add some stress away. This is an unbelievably wonderful oil. It's a blend from Young Living. It has the Copaiba in it, so once again it has relief of minor discomfort. But then it adds the wonderful lime, which has a mood support element, some cedarwood, so that adds a little bit of a woodsy smell. Then it has the essence of vanilla, which we all love if you're a baker, some lavender, which is a go-to oil, and then also this osatea, which has a calming and purifying, balancing element. And so it's just an amazingly unique smell. And you could add that to it. By itself would be amazing. I also thought that Peace and Calming, there's Peace and Calming 1 and 2. This is a little bit more of a woodsy smell. Both of these have patchouli and tangerine and orange. And then there's a little bit of a variation. For instance, Peace and Calming 1 has blue tansy in it, whereas Peace and Calming 2 have Northern Lights, blue spruce, chamomile, vetiver, and bergamot instead. So they're both really amazing smells, but they do have this peace and calming scent. So if you want a bath, which just gives you a sense of peace if you've had a stressful day. Another one that I've enjoyed is a bedtime bath. So my recipe for bedtime bath is a cedarwood oil. The cedarwood, like I've already mentioned, has a really calming scent, but it's also been said to help produce melatonin, or release your own body's melatonin, which promotes sleep. And then there's the vetiver, which is very grounding and helps promote restful sleep as well. And it is known as a nervous system tonic, so it kind of lets you relax. And then also the wonderful lavender. These two have a pretty woodsy smell, and so if you want more of a just want to kind of lighten the smell, lavender is very peaceful. It also relaxes your nervous tension. So this would be a wonderful bedtime bath, I think. So 3 different recipes. Obviously there's an infinite number of recipes for you, but these are 3 that I thought I'd share with you. Now, if you wanted to do and go beyond just doing a bath soak, you could also do a scrub. And so that just adds one extra little element. So what I have here is a salt scrub. To make the salt scrub, I just have a little bit of coconut oil. So the recipe for a coconut oil, I went just to Costco and I got the Kirkland's organic coconut oil, refined. It's 2 parts coconut oil, 1 part Epsom salt. So in here I have 1 cup of coconut oil. It's pretty soft at room temperature, so it's easy to stir. And then I'm just going to add about a cup of the Epsom salt. Now the coconut oil is very moisturizing, whereas the Epsom salt is more exfoliating. And so you can make yourself a nice salt scrub this way. Just kind of stir that around. And obviously, if you want it to be more exfoliating, you'd add more salt. And if you want to make it more moisturizing, you would keep it more of the coconut oil dominant. That's the fun of making your own oils and scrubs, or mixing your own oils and scrubs. Now, the 2 oils that I think I'm going to add to this today, and once again, there's an infinite supply. There's a ton of oils that are known to support skin health, like geranium and carrot and myrrh and rose and bergamot. But the 2 that I like today, I'm going to use frankincense. Has a wonderful smell. And then also, I have, this one is known for its ability to smooth the look of healthy skin and maintain radiant skin, which, you know, sounds like a fabulous idea for a salt scrub. So, and it's a pretty potent smell, so you're going to want to put that to your taste. Your preference, not necessarily, you don't want to taste it necessarily. I got about 10 drops in there. And then I also have Melrose. Now, Melrose is a wonderful blend from Young Living as well. It has 2 different tea tree oils. Now, tea tree oils are known for their support of skin health. And then it also has rosemary, and we talked about rosemary earlier today, that it's very relaxing. And then it also has clove, which is known for improving circulation. So it has a really unique smell, and it pairs well, I think, with frankincense. And so I'm going to add about 10 drops of that. I lied, I'm going to add about 15 drops of that because I really like it. I found that for my, personally, tea tree oil on its own is a little bit overwhelming, but when I have it in Melrose, when it's when it's mixed, somehow it's much more pleasing of a scent. Alright, so I'm just going to stir that around. Like I said, if you're at a point where you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if that's salty enough for me, or I don't know if that'd be enough of a scrub, that'd be more of just a rub. Perfect. And then what I do with that is I'm just going to put it in a jar, and I'm just going to leave this right in my shower, because then anytime when I'm feel like exfoliating, it's right there. Easy enough. I did not make a cute label for it though, because it would be wasted in my shower. But there I have a fabulous Melrose and frankincense salt scrub. Now, pretty easy, didn't take much time, and I still have enough ingredients left over. I could definitely make more for my friends, and I could make a ton of different ingredients or recipes. Some of my favorite oils are hotter oils, which means that because of their potency they cause skin irritation if they're not diluted. And so instead of making bath salts and bath scrubs using those, I like to make shower bombs or fizzes, which turn your shower into a spa experience in a whole new way. So I made another video showing how I made my sinus support and morning fizz shower bombs if you're interested. So you can definitely check those out. Also, if you're new to essential oils and you want to know more about Young Living, I'd love to talk to you about that. Feel free to check the link below and go to my Oily Amy Facebook page, and I can show you all the good stuff that I have been doing. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day and have wonderful bath experiences.